Well, everybody, it seems like we are at the end of an era. Our big, beautiful boy, Elon Musk, is officially flying the coop, going back to all of his big, beautiful companies and going to go figure out what to do with his $800 million in Tesla Cybertruck stock that they can't sell because Elon is a goddamn Nazi. Let's see what Elon has to say about Trump's big, beautiful bill, and we'll see what J.D. Vance got to say about Elon. So let's just check that out, eh?
You know, I was like disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
I actually thought that when this big, beautiful bill came along. I mean, like, everything he's done on Doge gets wiped out in the first year.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both. My personal opinion.
Yeah, I guess Elon Musk is probably a little upset that Trump is kind of slapping all his stuff to the side, but you know, at the end of the day, Elon Musk should know that Trump's only about himself. Elon Musk is also only about himself. That's why he came in and destroyed all the good aspects of the government while keeping all the slimeball, sleazy aspects of the government, like subsidies to his companies and, of course, military spending. I mean, realistically, the increase in the military budget alone was enough to erase everything that Elon Musk did with Doge, all the failures that went. Not to mention, a lot of the stuff with Doge went right out the window as soon as people figured out, like, he can't actually do any of this because, you know, this is already money that's been allocated. You can't just unallocate it. That's not the way the government works. It has to go through procedures like Congress, the power of the purse, of course. But, you know, Elon Musk was able to show the world just how evil he is by, you know, defunding Meals on Wheels, defunding child cancer research, defunding our nuclear programs, which then they had to come back and directly say, JK, LOL, we're just kidding. We actually need those guys because they're the ones that know what the fuck they're talking about. But let's go ahead and just get into this video clip with JD himself, the man, the myth, the legend, our fearless vice president.
I think what he's done is really incredible. People sort of forget that when he came into the U.S. government, we had never had a full-scale effort to actually look at, are we spending the American people's dollars wisely? And he found in a very short period of time over $170 billion of waste, fraud, and abuse. I think there's also
which went out the window as soon as the Trump military budget increases are going to go into effect, which brings it up to, I believe it's $1.1 trillion. That's not $1.1 trillion for 3 years. That's not for 2 years. That's per year. And if we know anything about our government, every time a president's in office, they always have to just one-up each other and say, well, my military is the biggest and baddest. Oh, really? Actually, my military is the biggest and baddest. And we got to just hope that Trump actually survives his full term. I hate to say that. I hate to put that into the world, but we want Trump to live through this because we can't have a in the closet guy liner wearing motherfucker like J.D. Vance running the country, because he'd do an even worse job. At least Trump isn't sitting on anybody's lap. Out in the open, at least. I mean, obviously he's on the lap of Qatar because, you know, he just got that super nice gift, but, you know, J.D. Vance is just as bad, if not worse. I mean, he's a born again Catholic. You know, you don't just convert to Catholicism in your 30s. What? Are we serious right now? I don't know. Maybe something happened and he's seen the light. You know, Jesus came down and told him, destroy America. It's bad for the world. And, you know, he's just working on it. You know, maybe he's just doing God's will, but it's not working out great for the rest of us.
An effort by the media to sort of say the Elon era is over, and I think that's actually totally wrong. Now, he has obviously a day job, and he's got to go back to his day job to run his companies, but the Doge effort will continue. Elon will continue to be an important advisor for both me and the president, and most importantly, the job of making the government more efficient, of not wasting people's money. That has to continue. I think it's one of the most important mandates that we got from the American people. We're going to keep on executing on that mandate.
If we want to talk about not wasting people's money, why are we up in the military budget? Why are we implementing across the board tariffs that, get slapped down by federal judges and then sidestepped? We're wasting people's money doing that shit. There's no coming back from this. This is just what we're doing. I don't know. There's something horribly wrong and corrupt with this administration, and it's not something, it's out in the open. It's just right there, plain faced. However, I am relieved that the cyborg himself is leaving office. He never held office, but Elon Musk was a big part of the early administration. He was a large part of the first 100 days, whether we like it or not. He was in the news. He was headlines. He was selling his Teslas on the front lawn of the White House because he told Trump to, and that was it. It's going to be nice to not have him there anymore. Hopefully Doge just kind of evaporates and becomes a thing of the past and nobody remembers or anything, and we just move forward, and the Republican Party just sweeps it under the rug like the fucking failure that it was. And yeah, we just carry on with all these nice gnarly tax cuts to all of Donald Trump's friends. Well, we're still waiting to see what happens in the Senate. Hopefully it dies in the Senate. But like I said in a past video, it's not going to fully die, but they will pluck all the decent things out of it. And truthfully, they'll take out some of the horrible things also and just kind of cut it down to the bare bones of just the tax cuts to Donald Trump's friends. There's really nothing we could do about that besides call our Congress people, call our senators, make a fucking fuss, and cry about it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Elon Musk is going to come back into the spotlight in this administration? Or do you think he's just going to quietly go off into the ether and do his own thing after the tremendous failure he is, and more than likely going to get kicked out of Tesla for, all the bad he's doing for him? Or do you think he's going to come back and, try to do it all over again, just a little bit more shiny this time? You let me know. Anyways, like the video if you like the video. Subscribe would really help the channel grow, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Later.